Have you ever had one of those mornings where you wake up and it just feels like the day is a little heavier than usual? Maybe the aches and pains are a little louder, or the quietness of the house feels a little too loud somehow. We all have days like that, especially as the years go by. But here's something incredible: there's a small, simple habit that can lift that weight off your shoulders and fill your heart with something a whole lot lighter: gratitude. It's something you can do with nothing more than a pen, a notebook, and a few minutes of your time. Today, we're going to talk about how gratitude journaling can brighten your day, ease your mind, and help you find joy in places you might not have noticed before. And don't worry, you don't have to be a writer or have fancy words to do this. This is just about connecting with yourself and remembering that even on the tough days, there's always a little light if you know where to look. In this video, I'll share with you 5 simple gratitude prompts you can use anytime you feel like you need a little lift, or even on the good days, just to make them even better. Before we dive deeper, could I ask you for a small favor? If you find this kind of uplifting content helpful, would you mind giving this video a like, a share, and hitting that subscribe button? It helps me reach more wonderful people like you, and it gets me closer to my goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers so I can keep bringing more quality content your way. Thank you so much, it truly means the world to me. Now, let's get started with the first idea to bring a little more sunshine into your day. Imagine sitting down at your favorite chair with a warm cup of tea or coffee, your journal open, and asking yourself, what is one small thing that made me smile today? It could be as simple as hearing a bird singing outside your window, a neighbor waving hello, or even the feel of sunshine warming your face as you stepped outside. The beauty of this prompt is that it invites you to notice the little treasures that so often slip by unnoticed. And when you write them down, you're not just remembering them, you're reliving them. That little moment of joy gets a second life, and you get to carry it with you longer. Some days, you might have 10 things pop into your head. Other days, maybe just one. But that one smile is more powerful than you think. It reminds your heart that happiness doesn't always come from big, flashy moments. It often lives in the tiniest details. Speaking of little moments, here's another beautiful question you can ask yourself: who made my day better recently? It could be someone you know well, a child, a grandchild, a neighbor, a nurse, or it could be someone you barely know at all. Maybe the grocery clerk who gave you a warm smile. Maybe the man who held the door for you at the post office. It's amazing how many kindnesses we experience every day when we take a moment to notice them. Writing about these people not only fills your heart with gratitude but also strengthens that quiet bond of humanity we sometimes forget is there. It's a beautiful reminder that we're never as alone as we might sometimes feel. Now, if you're wondering, well, what if I have a day where it feels like nobody really crossed my path? Don't worry. This practice isn't about forcing gratitude. It's about uncovering it. Even on the quieter days, you might think back to a phone call you had last week, or a card someone sent you a month ago. Memories are treasures too. You're allowed to reach back and relive them whenever you need a little boost. Taking a few minutes each day to write down these thoughts is a way of tending to your own spirit. Like watering a garden, these small acts keep the soil of your heart rich and ready for more growth. You might even start to notice a shift, a softening in how you see the world around you. Little frustrations won't seem quite so big. Small joys will feel much sweeter. And most importantly, you'll begin to remember just how much goodness surrounds you, even when it's quiet. There's something powerful about putting pen to paper. Sure, you could think these things in your head, and that's wonderful too, but writing them down makes them real in a different way. It's like building a bridge between your heart and the outside world. Each word you write plants a seed, and over time, you'll find yourself growing a beautiful garden of gratitude, one memory, one kindness, one smile at a time. Now that we've talked about noticing the little smiles and the wonderful people around us, let's move to another gentle and powerful question that can make your gratitude journal even richer. Think about asking yourself this: what challenge have I overcome that I'm proud of? Sometimes, when we're caught up in the rush of everyday life, it's easy to forget just how strong we are. We think about the little annoyances, aches, errands, or unexpected changes, but rarely do we stop to remember the battles we've fought and won, big and small. Maybe it was learning to live on your own after many years of companionship. Maybe it was facing a health scare and coming through stronger on the other side. Maybe it was simply getting through a tough day when you didn't feel like getting out of bed but did it anyway. When you sit with your journal and think about a challenge you've overcome, you're not just looking back, you're reminding yourself of your resilience. You're telling yourself, look at how far I've come. That memory becomes a well you can draw strength from whenever you need it. It's a way of honoring your own courage, even if no one else saw the battle you fought. Sometimes, the most heroic victories are the quiet ones no one claps for, but you know, and that's enough. Writing about these moments can also shift how we view the struggles we face now. Instead of seeing them as walls, they become stepping stones. You start to think, if I got through that, I can get through this too. It's not about pretending everything is easy, it's about reminding yourself that you are capable. You've been capable your whole life, and you still are today. Another beautiful way to use gratitude journaling is to reflect on, what beauty did I notice around me today? Life moves quickly, even when we think we're living slow. Sometimes, we rush through a morning or an afternoon without really seeing the small wonders around us. But when you make it a point to notice beauty, the world begins to open up in the most surprising ways. Maybe it's the way the sunlight dances through the trees outside your window. Maybe it's the sound of children laughing down the street. Maybe it's the vibrant colors of the flowers in your neighbor's garden or the comforting rhythm of rain tapping on the roof. Beauty doesn't always have to be grand like a sunset over the ocean, sometimes it's in the tiny, everyday moments we tend to overlook. When you sit with your journal and let your mind wander back over your day, you might be surprised by how much beauty you encountered without even realizing it. Writing about it helps you savor it. It's like taking a photograph, but instead of capturing it with a camera, you're capturing it with your heart. And the more you practice noticing beauty, the more you'll find yourself surrounded by it. It's a kind of magic, really. The world becomes more colorful and alive simply because you decided to look. As you write, don't worry about finding the right words. This isn't about poetry or perfection. This is about connection. Some days, you might only jot down a few words, the way the wind moved the leaves. Other days, you might find yourself writing a paragraph about the way your cat curled up next to you, warm and trusting. There's no wrong way to do this. Every word you write is a little note to yourself that says, I see the goodness around me. Now, let's talk about a prompt that can really spark some warmth in your heart. What is something about myself that I'm grateful for today? Oh, I know, it's much easier to be critical of ourselves than it is to celebrate ourselves. We notice the stiffness in our knees, the times we forget a word, or the way we can't do things quite as quickly as we once did. But gratitude journaling gives us the chance to flip that around. Instead of focusing on what we can't do, we focus on what we can do. Maybe today you're grateful for your patience, how you listened kindly to a friend even when you were tired. Maybe you're grateful for your hands that still hold a warm cup of tea, or your feet that still carry you outside to feel the fresh air. Maybe it's your sense of humor, your stubborn spirit, or your compassion for others. These qualities, these gifts, are a part of who you are, and they deserve to be celebrated. Writing about what you appreciate in yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. It strengthens your relationship with yourself. It reminds you that you're not just here passing the time. You're still growing, giving, living, and loving in ways that matter deeply. And the more you recognize and honor those parts of yourself, the more confidence and peace you'll find in everyday moments. As you practice these gratitude prompts day by day, you'll probably notice something beautiful happening. Your journal will start to feel like a friend. Not a diary that records every complaint or fear, but a companion that reminds you of your victories, your blessings, and your inner light. It becomes a place you can go whenever the world feels a little too heavy, or even when it doesn't, just to soak up a little extra joy. Gratitude journaling isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about embracing life exactly as it is, with all its beauty, messiness, heartaches, and triumphs. It's about choosing to focus on the gifts, even when they're wrapped up in challenges. And it's about giving yourself the gift of perspective, the gift of seeing that even on your hardest days, you are surrounded by things worth cherishing. Next, let's explore one more prompt that can help you end each day with a heart full of peace and hope. As you settle into your evening, there's one more gentle question you can ask yourself: what is one hope I have for tomorrow? It doesn't have to be anything grand or overwhelming. In fact, the simpler, the better. Maybe tomorrow you hope to call an old friend. Maybe you hope to spend a few minutes outside feeling the sun on your skin. Maybe you hope to laugh, even if it's just at a silly joke on TV. Writing down a small hope for tomorrow gives you something beautiful to look forward to, something gentle to guide you into a new day with a sense of purpose and anticipation. Having a hope, no matter how small, keeps the spirit lively. It reminds you that every new day is a fresh opportunity. Not a list of demands or chores or things you must accomplish, but a field of possibility where you get to choose what moments to cherish, what connections to nurture, and what beauty to notice. It's a soft kind of motivation, one that lifts you up without pressuring you. And sometimes, just the act of hoping can be enough to brighten your entire outlook. When you write down your hope for tomorrow, you're planting a seed. You're telling your heart, there's something good waiting for me. And even if tomorrow doesn't unfold exactly the way you imagined, the simple act of looking ahead with kindness and openness changes the way you experience it. You walk into the day ready to welcome what it brings, rather than bracing against it. By weaving these prompts into your daily or weekly rhythm, you build something truly precious, a collection of memories, victories, beautiful moments, self-affirmations, and hopeful dreams, all written in your own hand, captured through your own eyes. Over time, flipping through the pages of your gratitude journal will feel like walking through a garden you've planted and tended with love. You'll see how much goodness has touched your life, and how much goodness you have brought into the lives of others, too. And here's something wonderful to remember: you don't have to journal perfectly. You don't have to write every day, or fill up pages, or find new things all the time. Some days, it's enough to simply write one small line. Other days, you might feel inspired to let the words pour out. The important thing is simply to show up for yourself in this way, however it feels right to you. Every time you pick up your pen and give yourself a moment to notice, to reflect, and to honor the good in your life, you are doing something extraordinary for your heart and your mind. You're building a practice of gratitude, a muscle that gets stronger each time you use it. And the beauty of this kind of strength is that it's soft, steady, and deeply nurturing. It doesn't just change how you see the world, it changes how you experience yourself within it. It reconnects you with your resilience, your kindness, your wisdom, and it lights the path ahead with a little more hope. So if you ever find yourself feeling like the days are blending together, or like you're losing sight of the joyful moments amidst the noise, just remember, you have the power to bring that joy back into focus. You have the power to slow down, to savor, to celebrate, and to cherish the life that you are living right now, today. Before we wrap up, I just want to take a moment to thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this time with me. If anything in this video resonated with you, if you found even a tiny spark of encouragement or comfort, I would love for you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me, what is one thing you're grateful for today? I'd love to hear from you. Your words might even inspire someone else who reads them. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel. Every little action helps me continue creating content that's meant to lift you up, inspire you, and remind you that no matter where you are in life, your story is still unfolding, and it's as beautiful as ever. Keep nurturing that beautiful spirit of yours. Keep noticing the little things, celebrating your victories, and daring to hope. You have so much wisdom and light inside you, and the world is better because you're here. Until next time, take care of yourself, keep your heart open, and remember, your best days aren't behind you, they're still blooming, right here, right now. You know, sometimes when we talk about gratitude or journaling or reflecting on our lives, people think it has to be some big, complicated process. But really, it's about the small, simple moments, the moments when you choose to see your life not through the lens of what's missing, but through the lens of what's still present, still beautiful, still worth celebrating. And those moments are everywhere, even if they whisper instead of shout. One of the most powerful things about gratitude journaling, especially as we get a little older, is that it helps us stay connected, not just to the world around us, but to our own sense of wonder. And wonder, my friend, is what keeps us feeling young inside. It's what keeps our hearts soft and our spirits light. It's what reminds us that even as the seasons of our lives change, there is still magic to be found in an ordinary afternoon or a quiet sunrise. If you've ever sat by a window and watched the day shift from morning to evening, or listened to the laughter of your grandchildren playing in another room, you already know that feeling. It's that quiet gratitude, the kind that fills you up without needing anything flashy or loud. Gratitude journaling is simply giving that feeling a home on paper. It's saying to yourself, I see this moment. I cherish it. I will remember. And the beautiful thing is, when you start writing down these treasures, you naturally begin to gather more of them. It's like tuning an old radio, you shift the dial slightly, and suddenly you're picking up a clearer, sweeter signal. Life becomes richer, not because anything outside of you has changed, but because you have changed the way you choose to see it. Maybe you'll find yourself smiling a little more during the day, or feeling a little lighter when you get up in the morning. Maybe you'll find it easier to let go of little frustrations, because your heart is already full of better things. Gratitude has a way of crowding out the noise and letting the important things shine through. And if there are days when it feels hard, because let's be honest, life can still be heavy sometimes, that's okay too. Those are the days when your gratitude journal becomes even more powerful. It becomes a safe place where you remind yourself, even today, there is still something good. Even if it's just the comfort of a warm blanket, or the sound of your favorite song playing softly in the background. Small joys are still joys. They still count. They always have. You don't have to get everything right to be grateful. You don't have to have the perfect day, or the perfect family, or the perfect health. Gratitude meets you exactly where you are, and it grows wherever you plant it. Whether you're feeling strong and energized, or tired and uncertain, gratitude is always within reach. And that is one of the most empowering truths there is. So today, if you've been thinking about starting a gratitude journal, or maybe picking it back up after some time away, consider this your sign. You don't need a fancy notebook or special pens, though if that brings you joy, by all means, treat yourself. All you need is a little bit of time, a little bit of intention, and the willingness to open your heart to the beauty already around you. Start small. Write down one thing. Then tomorrow, maybe two. Some days you'll have a lot to say, other days just a few words. There's no wrong way. Your journal is your friend, your witness, your reminder that you have lived, and are living still, a life full of moments worth cherishing. And as you build this habit, you might notice something else happening too. You'll start becoming a light for others. Your gratitude will shine through your words, your smiles, your kindness. People around you will feel it, even if they don't know exactly why. Gratitude has a quiet way of spreading, like a ripple in a pond. And just by choosing to notice and celebrate the good, you'll be sending out little waves of hope and warmth into a world that needs it more than ever. So let's keep planting those seeds together. Let's keep choosing to see the beauty, even when it's hidden. Let's keep writing it down, honoring it, and sharing it. Because life, no matter how many years we gather behind us, always has something more to give. And so do we. Thank you so much for being here with me today, for allowing me to share this moment with you. If you enjoyed this video, if you felt even a spark of encouragement or joy, I would be truly honored if you gave it a like, shared it with someone who might need a little lift today, and subscribed to the channel. Your support means more than you know. It helps me keep creating these moments of connection and inspiration for all of us. And I would love to hear from you. if you feel comfortable, drop a comment below and tell me, what's one hope you have for tomorrow? Big or small, it's all welcome here. Let's keep building this beautiful community of gratitude and encouragement together. Until we meet again, keep your heart open, keep noticing the small wonders, and keep believing that your best days are still unfolding before you, one beautiful moment at a time. Take good care, my friend. You are deeply appreciated, just as you are.